What's up, guys? Welcome back to another one of my random crap YouTube videos, and in this random crap YouTube video I am obviously going to be doing random crap, so yeah. August 10th and August 11th for these videos.
I'll get your burgers on in a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna get this in the washer. And then I'll get the burgers made.
Okay. My mom keeps texting me.
I thought she was visiting a friend.
Yeah, she still is. Well, texting me.
Alright, I'll make hamburgers. Anybody have any french fries? I'll make hamburgers and some french fries and I don't know what else.
We come into this world with our eyes closed. And most of us choose to live our whole lives that way. We blindly follow anyone who will lead us, giving ourselves over to anything that provides us with a sense of purpose. For me, it was the Marines. I had enlisted 6 months ago with my best friend, Will. Now we're a half a world away, being deployed into South Korea. We were brothers in arms. No matter how bad it got, I could always count on him to keep me in line.
Cheer up, Mitchell. Can't be all that bad.
It's just finally starting to sink in.
That's what we signed up for.
Well, the old man was a leatherneck, so I didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah? I joined up because of the old man, too. More just to get away from him.
I can't get much further away than this.
All right. Listen up. We have our orders. Inserting an LZ Epsilon. Down and dirty, just like we taught you. Everybody know what's going on? Everybody know that?
Got the squad?
into this world with our eyes closed. And most of us choose to live our whole lives that way. We blindly follow anyone who will lead us, giving ourselves over to anything that provides us with a sense of purpose. For me, it was the Marines. I had enlisted 6 months ago with my best friend, Will. Now we're half a world away, being deployed into South Korea. We were brothers in arms. No matter how bad it got, I could always count on him to keep me in line.
Cheer up, Mitchell. Can't be all that bad.
It's just finally starting to sink in.
That's what we signed up for.
Well, the old man was a leatherneck, so I didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah? I joined up because of the old man, too. More just to get away from him.
You can't get much further away than this.
All right. Listen up. We have our orders. Inserting an LZ Epsilon. Down and dirty, just like we taught you. Everybody know what's going on? Everybody know they're going. Hoorah! Everybody ready? Hoorah! Let's do this. Mitchell, behind. Beat out.
Get it done.
North Korea was invading Seoul. We had to push it back. This wasn't just a mission. It was an initiation.
All units, this is Spaceman, commencing drop in 1 mic.
Badger 01, standing by.
All pods, set to engage. Copy, dropping in grid 3159er. Repeat, 3159er. Cross-checked and verified.
Everybody hold tight. Here we go.
Just like in training, Mitchell.
5, 4, 3, 2, deploy.
30 seconds for search. Hey, see you on the other side. Hey, man, I'm seeing heavy enemy fire on our drop pad.
Copy that, Badger 01, adjusting your trajectory.
Hold on! Mitchell, close the blast seal! Come on, Mitchell! Now! Mitchell, now! Resetting drop point! Brace yourself!
You still in one piece?
Mitchell, get the door.
Badger squads in North Korea have invaded the city and are pushing towards your position. Watch out for fire teams in your AO.
Keep your eyes open. Look out! Damn. Okay, we need to get our feet on the ground and link up with Demo Team 1.
Yes, sir.
Contact! Drop on this side. There's a clear spot over here. I'll have to jump down. Everyone get your boots short first. position! 2 clicks northwest at grid 775. All right, we're moving.
Badger 01, be advised. We are tracking a drone swarm heading your way.
Cover! Cover! PMC.
We come into this world with our eyes closed. And most of us choose to live our whole lives that way. We blindly follow anyone who will lead us, giving ourselves over to anything that provides us with a sense of purpose. For me, it was the Marines. I had enlisted 6 months ago with my best friend, Will. Now we were half a world away, being deployed into South Korea. We were brothers in arms. No matter how bad it got, I could always count on him.
I'm not live. Bruh. But I'm not live. I'm literally not live. I literally shut off my PlayStation, so I'm not live. Bruh, this. Bruh. I'm not live. Anyway, wait. I could still have that. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. That's a highlight. But well, oh yeah. That's not a highlight. It would say highlight. But it's been over a week. So which one's the okay. Okay. And then I could have this one. Okay, I'm getting the files back, but I'm not live. I'm literally not live. I literally turned my I literally turned my PlayStation off, and I did the little restart thingy. Since it says it on how restart, close all applications and restart the PS4. I did that. Thus also I closed the application twice. So yeah, luckily I had the live stream still up. But if you want, well, I did die a few times, I think. I don't know. I think I died a few times, but I might have not. But I really wanted to do this one mission, but it doesn't really matter. Now that I think about it, it doesn't really matter.
Return the stolen Butterfingers. Or walk.
Alright, I got the runway. I think we're flying alright, so we just need to make this right turn here.
630 clear to land. Do not go around, please.
Runway 13, clear to land. What's this one? Now this flight will definitely be quite a challenge. We'll be taking this Airbus A340 right into the good old Kai Tak Airport of Hong Kong. I mean, in real life, it's been closed for over 30 years, but it's preserved in the flight simulator, and it's popular in the flight simulator. Here on that. VATSIM, the online ATC network. Right now, there is a tower active, as well as the ground frequency. Yes, people controlling the airport in the flight sim, indeed, with tons of arrivals. This could be Flight Radar 24. Yes, there is the Hong Kong Overload 2026 event going on right now, and we shall fly to it. We're on the island of Hainan at this airport right now, and we're going to fly right over into Hong Kong, indeed, with the craziest approach ever. I mean, this airport was closed because it was just too dangerous, and that was very annoying. Now, there is one issue. At the airport that I'm at right now, which is this one, yep, this is our call sign, Swiss 001. There is no controller active. There is no tower, there is no ground frequency, so we can't talk to anyone, but there is a solution. And the solution is, of course, the Say Intentions AI. My partner for quite a long time, tried out for free now. Something that's special is that they've recently launched VATSIM handoffs, which gives you seamless transitions between human and AI controllers, and we shall try it out today. All we need to do is have these two applications run at the same time. We're going to take off with Say Intentions AI ATC, and then we're going to be automatically handed over to VATSIM. That's very interesting. So let's go and try it out. Alright, let's make it quick. Come on, board now. Yes. Get everything going. This is the good old A340 with the old cockpit CRT screens. I think that's really interesting. Let's turn on the airplane ASAP. So this, good. Turn on the APU as well. Look at these old amber lights right here. Wow. Alright, our flight plan's being loaded up right now. As you can see, we're flying from Meilan to Hong Kong Old.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
We're going to just download the flight plan right into the FMC, and yes, as you can see, this is VHHX, which is Kai Tak Airport. It's really interesting that it's able to just have that in the database, even though that airport is long gone, including proper arrivals, like the interesting IGS-13 approach that we're going to do later. The crazy one, where you have to bag a lot. Now, we're going to listen into ATIS, to get information about the airport, weather stuff, 126, 625, boom, boom. Bam. Alright, let's hear it. There we go.
QNH 1010.
1010.
Transition level 110. Helicopter operations ongoing in the vicinity. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Oscar.
Oscar, perfect. Yeah, perfect. And now, just quickly contact clearance delivery, which we can find here. Meilan delivery, good day, Swiss 001 with information. Oscar, request IFR clearance to Hong Kong Kai Tak.
Swiss 001. Clear to Hong Kong. Runway 28. Target 1 Zulu Delta. Departure. Maintain VFR at or below 18. 18,000. Departure 119er. Decimal.
Okay.
150.
That was relaxingly slow from that guy. So yeah, we're going to take off with a bit of a different departure than we had got planned right here. That's totally fine. Click to Hong Kong, runway 28, AGT 1 Zulu Delta departure, runway 28. Maintain VFR at or below flight level 180, departure on 119.15, squawk 5524, Swiss 001. Perfect. Alright, that should be cleared.
001. Read back correct.
So runway 28.
On 121.55.
121.55. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Swiss 01. Bye-bye. Okay, the AGT 1 Zulu Delta. Very nice. Perfect. Our loading is happening. We're boarding the whole airplane. It's fully booked. 279 seats. Not bad at all. We don't have a lot of fuel. We don't need a lot of fuel, though. It's a short flight. So, takeout performance, let's do it. We're going to synchronize the weather, and our V-speeds that's absolutely fine. Good, we're going to send that data already here to the flight computers. Okay, flaps, good, and this is our trim, transition altitude, and we're pretty much, we're good to go already. Wow, this is quick. Set up the squawk code, 5525, and boarding is completed as we speak, so this is good. So let's prepare for pushback and departure by getting rid of this and closing the door. We're so ready. Yes, lock in. Meilan Ground, good day. Swiss 01, gate 2 tree, ready for pushback and start up. Good. Let's prepare everything else right now.
Swiss
Nice.
001. high coal ground, pushback, and startup. Approved. Face east.
Push and start approved, face east. Switch to 01. Perfect. So probably to the left, if that makes sense.
Release parking brakes, please.
I don't know. Okay, release the parking brakes. Okay.
Commencing push.
Okay.
All engines clear. Start at
Yep.
will.
So let's go and turn on the engines. We can turn on two engines at the same time. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All good. I mean, these engines are not very big, so the APU doesn't struggle to provide those little CFM 56 engines with air. So they're already on. Well, never mind. They are starting up just now, so that's good. Okay, park brake set, and
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
yeah. So we're gonna turn on engine number 1 and number 2, and John is already going to tell them our engines are started up. I want them to get rid.
Good engine start. You can disconnect.
Disconnect ASAP, please. Okay, meanwhile, we can already put the flaps to 1. Turn on some of those lights, you know. Those are always nice to look at. Seatbelt signs, okay. Good. Landing, maybe. Good, and we're disconnecting the pushback tug, so, ground Swiss 01 request taxi. Very, very motivated boys.
001. Runway 28. Taxi. Via Bravo. Tango 4. Delta. Delta 12.
Okay, so we're gonna taxi all the way over here, so that's good. Swiss 01, clear for taxi via Bravo, Tango 4, Delta, and Delta 12 holding point, runway 28. Perfect, let's go. Move it, move it, move it. We're running, like, I think it's this old livery for San Francisco. All right, why are there so many lights here? That's a bit confusing. All right, so over to T4, which is this one. Very, very nice. All is in control. Now, this airport isn't necessarily detailed very nicely here in the flight sim. There's supposed to be a bridge, you know, that the airplane taxis over a highway. But it's level, so that's kind of weird. So cars just appear and disappear. It's kind of like Harry Potter. That makes no sense.
Swiss 001. Contact tower on 118.225.
118.225. Bye-bye. Thank you. Swiss 01. So, this is D12. Perfect. Milan Tower. Good day. Swiss 01. Holding point Delta 12. Runway 28. Ready for departure. Good. I can't wait.
Swiss 001. Heading Haiku Tower, runway 28, winds 150 at 4. Cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 28, Swiss 01. Okay, runway 28. Let's do it. Let's do like a little rolling takeoff. I think that could be very fun. So, yes, we do that now. Let's go takeoff. So, runway 28 identified, takeoff, flex.
Runway 28 remaining. 10,900 feet.
This is the RAS that St. Tensions also now has included, which is pretty cool. All right, so all's good. We do need a little bit of a long runway. This is an A340 after all. It takes forever to actually gain speed, but it's fine. This is kind of our rotation speed now, so I'm gonna put that joystick right there. Yes, look at this. We are flying, ladies and gentlemen. Even from outside V, we've got a positive climb, so landing gear up. This is good. This is perfect. We can turn off the takeoff lights. We still have the APU on. Damn, are we this heavy, or is this plane just barely climbing? We need more power. Let's go full. Yeah, toga. That's what I'm talking about.
Contact departure on 119.15.
119.15. Bye-bye, thank you. Swiss 01. Why do I keep saying thank you? This is an AI. Alright, anyways, speed check, flaps up, and, Haiku departure, good day. Swiss 01, 3,000 feet.
Haiku departure, radar contact. Climb flight level 120.
Climb flight level 120, Swiss 001. So I'm gonna turn on, like, open climb, something like that, so this thing will climb as fast as possible. Hey, we're good! We're flying, we're still alive! The ignition mode is still on, that's very realistic. Autopilot is doing a turn. Goodbye, Hanan, I guess.
Swiss 001. Climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Swiss 01. And we've got the AI flight attendant talking now, so good.
Begin shortly. So sit back, relax, and maybe think about what delicious Swiss chocolate you want to indulge in.
Nice turn. We can see our departure airport. There it is. I got it. Oh yeah, this is now really interesting turns that we're doing. Also looking good, we're departing the area, and the interesting thing is that the Navigraph software does not know about the Kaitak airport, so the flight plan just ends there on that app. Instead, we'll have to resort to like online charts that I found. I like how it says not for operational use, only for sim flying, but like the airport doesn't exist anymore. It's kind of like a cruise ship terminal in real life. Oh, I've done something wrong. Oh, we're going too fast, that's why. But I can emulate that sound as well on the Airbus sound machine. Yeah, that's what I am. Now, all is well. Let's turn off the landing lights. Might be a good idea at a good flight level of 230. What's the issue here? Oh, we've got a fuel low air. Oh. All fine, no, all fine. I just hope that we don't... Oh, actually, maybe that was a little bit too little fuel. The thing is, this is so much traffic.
Expect the Siku 3-1 arrival.
Yeah.
Expect to descend in about 20 minutes.
Expect Seco 3-1 arrival and descend in 20 minutes, Swiss Air 1. Yeah, so this is like a lot of traffic right here, so we'll probably be put into a hold. I mean, just like what these guys are... Oh my god, that is a lot of holding patterns. I do not want to declare a fuel emergency. Uh-oh. That is a bit... That is quite a holding pattern. Perfect. Please let me cheat. We're at 4% of fuel. Okay. Please let me cheat. Please let me cheat. Please let me cheat. Please let me cheat. Load. Ah, okay. There we go. Oh yeah, I've been able to save it. Jesus Christ. We were. That would have been nearly deadly, or a ban. I think they would definitely not give me any sort of priority in a fuel emergency scenario. They would probably just ban me. That is a lot of planes coming in. We definitely will expect some delays. How to make a holding pattern. Airbus. I think this will be interesting. Here you press on the hold button there on the FMC. Okay. I've never done a holding pattern. Uh-oh. Oh, and we just got a message from the center.
Swiss 001. Please contact Viaxi. Controller. Hong Kong 1127. Decimal.
Yes.
10.
That's
0.
brilliant. That's all awesome. So there we go, 127.100. They contacted us, and Citation automatically hands us over. So 127.100. Hong Kong Center, good day. Swiss Air 1, flight level 290, climbing to flight level 330. Let's see.
001 on the radar. Squawk 5243.
Squawk 5243, Swiss 001. I should have said tree. So 5243. There we go.
Swiss 001 identified, state Sico 13 arrival.
Expect Sico 13 arrival, Swiss 01. Perfect. So that's what we're going to enter. So we've got this right here, Seco. Seco 13 is right there. Amazing. Insert that. This actually worked insanely well. Yeah, and now this is good. We are connected to VATS. Same tensions now automatically shots off. As we approach into Kaitak, we can read the ATIS, which is November. Okay. Connect 1012. Perfect.
Are you sure your tax expert is right for you? Switch to TurboTax Full Service. You'll be matched with a TurboTax expert and get real-time updates on their progress, and you get your best outcome guaranteed. Switch to TurboTax Full Service.
Take your next giant leap online with Purdue University.
Return the stolen Butterfingers, or walk the plank.
Do you prefer to go unseen, but still want low RV show prices?
And we are at cruise level. Perfect. Now, let's prepare for the interesting checkerboard approach, which is what it's called because there's a checkerboard which marks when you have to do the crazy turn to the right. I have no idea how to fly it. This is the problem. Basic. So, 5243. There we go.
Swiss 001 identified, state Sico 13 arrival.
Expect Sico 13 arrival, Swiss 01. Perfect. So that's what we're going to enter. So we've got this right here, Seco. Seco 13 is right there. Amazing. Insert that.
Sorry, I'm gonna be late.
Now you may look at this airplane and think, oh, what a nice old school 737. Except it's not. It's the European fake 737. You know, recently we talked about the Tupolev 204. You know, the Soviet equivalent back then of the Boeing 757, basically a fake. But let's be honest, the French weren't much better. This is the 737, and this is the Dassault Mercure. A plane that was introduced in the 1970s and was heavily inspired by the 737 indeed. It basically looks the same and even has the same JT8D engines that the 737 also had, which in today's era looks incredibly small.
on your burgers?
There's nothing like traveling in style with the largest global airport lounge network. There's nothing like platinum.
Cologuard colon cancer screening kit. Simple and non-invasive.
Really takes the scare out of screening.
Oh, why leaf filter? It's well designed, efficient. I appreciate that.
Leaf Filter's technology keeps debris out of your gutters for good. Guaranteed.
What more could you ask for?
Call 833 Leaf Filter today or visit leaffilter.com.
There's nothing like traveling in style with the largest global airport lounge network. There's nothing like Platinum.
Hands would rather not get messy. They feed, they bathe, they play catch. That's why we made a baby wipe big enough to help protect them.
got now leaves you so clean, you'll want to come clean about everything else.
No matter where you live across the country, you can earn an affordable degree online from Southern New Hampshire University.
I'm the first in my family to go to college.
I have 4 kids, and I wanted them to see me earn this degree.
SNHU is committed to your success. If you're thinking about going back to school, you can do it.
I'm very proud to be here today. It's nice to see all the families happy for their loved ones.
I'm very proud of you. I am so proud of you.
I love you.
I love you. Visit snhu.edu.
OMG, y'all. Travelers swear by this one trick. What's up with Mom?
She's been scrolling travel advice for hours. Now she's got influencer brain.
Wonder what this luggage brand sent me? It's luggage. Vocal fry. Time for a glow up. Hashtag paid partner. Stop scrolling. Keep scrolling. Stop scrolling.
You gotta use Kayak. They compare hundreds of sites so you always get your trip right.
Ugh, Mama's back, fam. Lily.
Kayak. Got that right.
Sebastian. Sebastian, do you want cheese on your burgers? Are you all right? You were in there before when I come down.
Ang mapapatay lang natin yung air traffic control, pero hindi pa nakataas. Ba't yung jihad nandun sa bar? EOG. Ha? EOG. Air? Nagkaganda ka tayo.
Dinner's ready.
Planning for the future. State Farm Life Insurance can help protect those you love. region today.
not get messy. They feed, they bathe, they play catch. That's why we made a baby wipe big enough to help protect them.
Sub Club members can get any footlong for just $6.99. All your favorites packed with crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. Great bread, great meats, great sauce, great deal. Use this code in the app to get your $6.99 footlong today. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Works. Rated PG.
When you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer.
I want to get...
It's roughly 6 a.m. in Israel. A series of fighter jets takes off, armed with long-range high-precision missiles. According to CIA and Israeli intelligence, a significant portion of Iran's leadership has gathered here, in a compound in Tehran. Among them, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the country's supreme leader. 2 hours and 5 minutes after the jets took off, Israeli missiles strike the compound. This is how the Israeli and US attacks on Iran unfolded, how the country's leader was killed, and what has happened since.
شرط شهید گوارای شهادت را نوشیدم و به ملکوت اعلی پیوستم.
By the time this video is published, new details might have emerged. The US, Israel, and Iran have a long history of tensions. Until 1979, Iran was an authoritarian monarchy ruled by Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. He was supported by the US. When his regime was overthrown in the Iranian Revolution, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini took control of the country and founded the Islamic Republic. He was determined to transform Iran into a country ruled by Islamic law. Khomeini abandoned the former Shah's pro-Western stance. The US and its close ally Israel were declared sworn enemies. Especially the opposition of Israel became a strategic and ideological goal. Ruhollah Khomeini died in 1989 and was succeeded by Ali Khamenei, a cleric who quickly rose through the ranks and had become a key figure in the religious leadership of the country. Over time, Iran, Israel, and the US repeatedly engaged in conflicts. Sanctions were imposed onto Iran. Iran became a key financier of anti-Israeli militias in the region. In 2002, it was uncovered that Iran was enriching uranium at 2 secret locations. The enriched uranium could be used for nuclear reactors or nuclear weapons, a fear the US and its allies had had for a while already. Iran has repeatedly denied its alleged pursuit of nukes. The US and Israel ran many attempts to stop the nuclear program. Through cyber attacks, the assassination of key scientists, and especially in the US's case through diplomacy. In 2015, the Obama administration and the Iranian regime agreed to a nuclear deal.
This is a good day, because once again we're seeing what's possible with strong American diplomacy. Under the nuclear deal that we, our allies and partners, reached with Iran last year, Iran will not get its hands on a nuclear bomb.
However, in 2018, President Trump pulled out of the deal.
The fact is, this was a horrible one-sided deal that should have never, ever been made.
Ever since, relations have tensed up. In 2025, in the midst of new negotiations, Israel and the US launched a series of airstrikes on Iran using...
Well, people in those countries don't understand. The US could kidnap your president. Or just randomly decide, oh, I'm going to, kill him. Yeah, the US can literally kidnap your president. By the way, so yeah.
Bunker buster bombs. 3 Iranian nuclear sites were heavily damaged. In the same year, Iran plummeted further into an economic crisis. The currency crashed, food prices soared, people got frustrated. By the end of 2025, mass demonstrations erupted across the country. Peaceful protesters and rioters called for the end of the Islamic Republic. Trump called for an uprising of the Iranian people against their government, saying,
What's up guys, welcome back to another one of my nostalgia videos, and in this nostalgia video I'm obviously going to have a nostalgia, so yeah.
Help is on its way, but the regime brutally cracked down on the protests. It shut down the internet across the country. For days, little to no news made it out. In the end, thousands of people were killed. 50,000 reportedly got arrested. The US began to build up troops in the region, with Trump repeatedly threatening Iran. On Thursday, February 26, there was a last-ditch diplomatic effort between the two countries in Geneva, to no avail. Saturday, February 28, around 9:40 a.m. in Tehran, Iran's capital. This government compound is not far from Ur Square. It reportedly houses offices of the Iranian presidency, Iran's National Security Council, and the Supreme Leader. Since 2025, the US has apparently gained specific insights how Ayatollah Khamenei and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps communicate and move while under pressure. Reportedly, the CIA has tracked Khamenei for months. They've mapped his whereabouts and studied his patterns. They're confident he's here today, and they learned of a meeting of top Iranian officials on site. The US and Israel originally intended to strike at night under the cover of darkness, but they reportedly moved their time of attack. This opportunity was too good to miss. Suddenly, Israeli missiles hit the buildings. During impact, several national security officials are in one of them. Supreme Leader Khamenei reportedly in another. Afterwards, satellite imagery shows heavy damage to the buildings. Black smoke is rising. Geo-confirmed footage recorded here also shows massive amounts of smoke in the area of the compound. A picture taken here too. Ali Hosseini Khamenei died in the attack. Also killed Suyid Abdorrahim Mousavi, Chief of Staff of Iran's Armed Forces, Ali Shamkhani, Head of the National Defense Council, Mohammad Pakpour, Commander-in-Chief of the IRGC, Aziz Nazerzadeh, Defense Minister. According to Israeli news, a total of 30 senior Iranian officials were killed in just half a minute in the opening strike. The operation was dubbed Roaring Lion in Israel and Epic Fury in the US. It has been planned for months. Masoud Pezeshkian, president of Iran, however, survived. Ali Larijani, secretary of the National Security Council, vowed Iran would fight back and assured continuity of governance. The strike on the government compound was just one part of the operation. Afterwards, Israel reportedly take out Iran's air defenses, especially around Tehran. In the third wave, Israel deploys roughly 200 fighter jets, bringing much of its air force into Iran. The goal is reportedly to destroy as many Iranian missiles as possible, as fast as possible. The US reportedly joins in about 30 minutes after the attack on Iran's leadership. According to the New York Times, their attacks focus primarily on targets in eastern Iran, far away from Israel. They also attacked the Iranian fleet. Reportedly, US warships fired Tomahawk cruise missiles at Iranian targets. American ground forces use artillery rocket systems. Several military and command centers in Tehran are hit by Israeli airstrikes. Further explosions are reported in Iranian cities across the country. Trump releases a video officially announcing the military operation and urges the Iranian people to take over their government.
When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
Netanyahu later does the same.
נבטיח את נצח ישראל.
Shortly after their announcement, an airstrike hits the Saraye Tayyibi Elementary Girls' School in Minab, Hormozgan province.
We Buy Any Car makes selling your car fast, safe, and quick.
Iranian state media and officials claim that at least 175 people got killed, most of them likely children. These numbers have not yet been confirmed independently. According to the New York Times, the school is adjacent to an Iranian naval base. US Central Command announced an investigation into the strike. Iran launches Operation True Promise 4 and the retaliatory strikes begin. Countless missiles are fired at dozens of sites across the Middle East. More than 200 missiles are launched at Israel alone. In solidarity with Iran, the Houthis in Yemen announced that they will resume attacking shipping lanes in the Red Sea. This effectively ends a 3.5-month pause following the 2025 Gaza ceasefire. The US-led coalition reportedly intercepts several drones and missiles heading towards Erbil in the Kurdistan region of Iraq with no casualties. Multiple news outlets later report explosions near Erbil International Airport, where US soldiers are stationed. That afternoon, Dubai International Airport is hit with an Iranian drone, striking Terminal 3 and effectively closing UAE airspace. Several luxury hotels like the Burj Al Arab and Fairmont de Palm are set on fire. It's unclear whether this was the result of a direct attack or if the fires were caused by debris from intercepted missiles. But the UAE isn't the only country targeted by Iran. In Bahrain, missile and drone attacks hit the US Navy 5th Fleet headquarters. Footage shows what appears to be an Iranian Shahed drone striking a tower block roughly 20 minutes from the facility. In Qatar, the Ministry of Interior reports 66 ballistic missiles were fired at the country. The debris reportedly injured at least 8 people. In Saudi Arabia, the Prince Sultan Air Base is targeted by ballistic missiles, which are reportedly successfully intercepted. In Jordan, the military reports that it has intercepted and downed 49 drones and ballistic missiles, likely headed for the major US military bases across the country. In Kuwait, Iranian drones strike 2 passenger terminals at the Kuwait International Airport. In Syria, debris from an Iranian missile kills at least 4 civilians while injuring several others. Both Qatar and Saudi Arabia announced that they reserve the right to respond. The Arab League condemns Iran's attacks. Following the blanket strikes by Iran, NATO senior command said its missile defense systems in Europe and its early warning radar in Turkey are on alert. Some experts warn that Iran may activate sleeper cells in Europe and North America. There are many more events and details we can't cover in this video, as things continue back and forth. So let's zoom out a bit. The US's involvement in the attacks is controversial. On Truth Social, Trump said this:
Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world.
It's an argument for a war of necessity. An attack was looming across the sea, so the US had to strike preemptively. But it's unclear how Iran's activities directly endangered the United States. Iran was apparently years away from obtaining a nuclear weapon, according to the US's own intelligence. The country's ballistic missile arsenal is estimated to reach no more than 3,000 kilometers, a threat to neighboring countries, but not to the US. Iran might have been attacked because it was in a uniquely weak position, as a type of preventive measure. This might make this a war of choice, not one of necessity.
These preventive wars are often condemned internationally, not only because they're optional, because if every nation went out to strike adversaries who they thought were temporarily weak, we would live in a world of constant war.
According to international law, a war of choice would be illegal. There are also discussions whether the attack was in violation of the US Constitution. Trump started the war without congressional approval. Across the US and parts of the world, protests erupted, partly against the Iranian regime, partly against American involvement in the war. Oil prices have risen sharply. Experts warn of an impending global energy crisis because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. In Iran, people celebrate the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. Others are grieving. At this point, it remains unclear who will succeed him. For now, the regime formed a provisional government. It seems set on revenge and continues to strike Israeli and US bases. The exact number of deaths is hard to determine at this point. According to the US military, so far 3 American soldiers have been killed, with 5 seriously injured. According to Al Jazeera, 10 people have been killed in Israel, 3 in the UAE, 1 in Bahrain, 1 in Kuwait, 13 in Lebanon, and 2 in Iraq. The Iranian Red Crescent has reported that since the attacks, at least 555 people have been killed, with hundreds injured. According to the Times of Israel, these numbers do not differentiate between military and civilians. The situation is likely to escalate further in the upcoming days. Timely reporting like this is incredibly resource intensive. It's only possible thanks to today's sponsor, Hansen Shaving. We're grateful they're supporting our work. Many men experience razor burn, ingrown hairs, or skin irritation when shaving. Hansen approached the problem from an engineering perspective, researching what actually makes a shave more precise and skin-friendly. The result is a sleek, long-lasting aluminum razor designed for accuracy. The blade sits at a 30-degree angle and extends just 0.0013 inches past the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair. That precise blade support reduces flex, which can mean less irritation and
okay from everyone. I haven't watched a Trolley video in a while.
I've talked about this a handful of times and made quite a few videos covering this topic, but one of my biggest gear grinders or greasers, whatever you want to call it, is these fraudulent pastors exploiting people's faith for their own financial gain. And
I feel like that's not like, I feel like it's only like mega church pastors though, right? It's the mother...
Well, everybody, it's time to talk about the sextortion scam once again. Last year, I said I'd keep making these videos until the problem disappeared for good. Well, here we are, and unfortunately, it hasn't gone away. Law enforcement says that this is just getting worse, and I personally have gotten, no joke, 4 messages in the last week from panicked young men who are being blackmailed by scammers. And if you're unfamiliar with this scam, I actually have screenshots right here to show you how this works. The young man typically meets a pretty girl on TikTok or Instagram, and the girl asks him to move the conversation over Signal or Telegram or Discord. And after a little flirting, the girl says, "Show me something and let's make this fun." And so usually send a certain kind of photo and asks him to do the same. Now this is not really a pretty girl, and this is not her picture, but she's making the victim think that it is. The young man will try to play it cautious by asking for a video confirming that she is who she says she is, but the girl then threatens to leave. So the boy finally agrees to do as she says because this is the most excitement that he's had in a long time. The scammer says, "Take a pic in front of the mirror." The young man does. And then the scammer says, "Stay a little further away from the mirror." And the scammer goes on to reassure him that it will be deleted immediately. This keeps happening until eventually the scammer says, "Well, this is all a trap. You fall for it all now. I'll be sending your pic to everyone you follow on Instagram, and I'll upload it on all websites. I'll make sure your parents and family get to see it. Pay me and I'll delete everything." And the threat starts to get more real. Some instances, the scammer threats will send it to your boss and get them fired. And even if you pay them, they'll just keep asking for more. You can imagine how terrifying this is for young men, and that's why I respond when they call for help. Last week I spent an hour on the phone with a kid in the middle of the night trying to walk him through this. The reason that I respond to these cries for help is because I don't want them ending up like Jordan DeMay or Rohan Positive or David Gonzalez or the countless young men have died from suicide after falling for this scam. When someone reaches out to me, it's usually because they're too afraid to talk to their parents. So they come to a stranger on YouTube. They find my videos usually because they're alone and scared and needing for help. So I think there's a pretty good chance that someone out there is going to fall for a extortion scam in the coming months and stumble across this video. So this video is for you, my friend. I hope that you don't mind, but I'm going to give you a little bit of dad advice. Alright, first off, I want you to know how much I respect you for coming to this. I think you guys. I get pretty much comfortable. Probably feel embarrassed and scared. But listen, that's exactly what the scammers are counting on. They want you to feel alone and helpless or okay. But here's the thing. You're not alone. We're going to handle this together. Now, the first rule here, don't panic. I know that's easier said than done, but losing your cool is how they win. The second rule, stop all communication with these people. Block them, delete them, whatever it takes. I know they probably told you not to do that, and that there will be consequences, but let's be real. If they send out those pictures, they lose all leverage. The little thing that they want is money, and the moment that they see that they're not getting it, they'll move on. By blocking them, you're putting up a barrier. Now if they want to send anything to your friends, they'll have to manually search for each one. Frankly, just not worth your time. Move on to an easier target. Next, we're going to collect the evidence. I know that that's awkward, but take screenshots, or text, anything that proves harassment. We're going to report their accounts, and if this escalates, you might have to bring in the authorities. Finally, we're going to do everything we can to pull your images offline. There are tools for this. Check out this website. It's not perfect, but it's action. And action means seemingly not worrying. Listen to me. I've talked to over 8 dozen cases of happens. Guess how many times the scammers follow through on their threats? 0. I know that you're still thinking, well, what if they do it? Well, let's deal with that bridge later if we ever need to cross it. Right now, you've got a lot of life left to live. And this one moment, not going to define you. So let's talk to you. You can't get tripped up on this again. I'm not trying to build relationships over a screen. But I get it. Digital feels easy and convenient, but that's not where real relationships are built. You want to get to know a girl? Ask her out. Buy her a cup of coffee or a soda. Or you're someone worth her time, not just another guy sliding through her DMs with inflated charm. Take it from me, girls aren't into pictures of your junk. Shocking, I know. But what are they into? You guys were smart, you work, and you have skills to solve problems. Someone I know will protect them and provide for them. That's the kind of guy that gets attention. Not someone spending all this time scrolling through TikTok. So instead of wasting hours on apps, learn a skill. Take up coding, work on your fitness, start a side hustle, something that can make you money, and more importantly, make you proud of yourself. Yeah, this happened. Yeah, it sucks. But guess what? Coming out of this smarter, better because of it. Try to take advantage of it. Want to know the best way to get revenge? Living well. Outgrow this moment. Let it be a footnote in your story, not the headline. We're in this together. Life goes on, and I've got you back. Always.
Who are you?
You guys, Wendy's has new Biggie deals starting at just $4. So now you can decide how big you want to go, which is kind of beautiful. I'm not condescending, they're condescending. More Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Today I'm going to show you some of the annoying scam texts that I've been getting lately. The same kind that you've probably been getting. And then I'll reveal who's behind them, and maybe you can teach them a lesson for trying to steal from all of us. Now, these scams might look ridiculous on the surface, but they're no joke. Real people end up tangled in them, committing crimes like money laundering without even realizing it. The first text comes from an unknown number saying, I already gave you the opportunity to solve this. I called you. I sent you text messages. You need no choice but to give the information to my hitman. Your 30-minute response is my hitman will go personally, and your family will suffer consequences. Just tell me, how do you want to solve this problem? By hook or by crook? Tell me how we solve it. Holy crap, what did I ever do to this guy? Probably nothing. But these messages get sent out by the thousands. People are sometimes terrorized with gruesome photos of Mexican cartels who extort money out of them. And some of them are a little more terrifying than others.
Listen, we're in the car. We're just waiting for the investigation team to give us the information of the address so we can get this piece.
They got me. So they usually target people using dating apps or escort sites, but somehow this ended up in my text. So I responded, what? He said, how do you want to solve this problem? By phone or in person with my men? And I said, what problem? He said, the problem of the girl of the lost time of the money only for just playing with the girl's time. I'm giving you the opportunity to solve this problem now by phone. And I play along and I say, okay, okay. He says, how will we solve it? You have to pay by phone, and what application do you have to transfer them to me? I asked, how much? He said, $3,000. And then he goes on to say that he wants me to pay through Zelle or with a gift card, which are methods that scammers use to funnel money. But a real criminal would prefer a more anonymous method. So I asked, what about Bitcoin? And he said, yes, Bitcoin. You can send me the $3,000 in Bitcoin. And here's where we can get him. I'm going to expect you to walk into a gas station to find a Bitcoin machine. But instead of using any old Bitcoin machine, I'm going to use a fake Bitcoin machine. One that my friend Bud Buffy Scamface built. Brilliant. Go subscribe to his channel. But with this fake machine, I can create a fake transfer and then create a fake receipt that gives instructions on how the receiver is to collect his money. And if he were to follow it, the experience would go something like this. He would go to the site, enter his wallet and confirmation code, and then he'd be asked to verify his identity. And if he's greedy enough, it's likely that he'll throw common sense out the window and open up his camera, letting me see who's actually behind the curtain. So I create a fake text message of a payment confirmation and I send it to myself, along with the instructions on how to redeem the Bitcoin. I touch it up and then I pass it over to him in hopes that he will follow the instructions. He says, how long will it take to get to my account, the cashier said. And I said, he said you just need to confirm it on your end. Go to that link and enter your wallet and confirmation code. He said, one moment, but I'm not seeing any activity, which means he's probably suspicious.
Oh my, we get
So
cozy
I tried to
now.
call
Yeah.
him to explain, but it just goes
Yeah.
to voicemail.
Hola. You've reached the private executive line of horny and slutty Ricardo Mendez. Or as my friends at the embassy call me, El Power Bottom.
What in the world is this guy up to?
If you're calling about me being your sexy slave, please leave the name of your favorite fruit for identity purposes. Claro.
Okay, that was weird, but eventually he called me back.
Sir, what happened?
Did you get the money? I sent it to you.
No. Come here, people, now.
You need to go to that website to confirm your wallet.
Man,
I sent it to you. And I think that he's probably not going to fall for my little trick. But as time goes by, he must have gotten desperate and greedy because he ends up visiting the site. And since his IP address is exposed, I can see that he's in the Dominican Republic. And I think he's caught off guard when the camera pops up, but it's too late. So, not realizing what's just happened, he said, call the customer and cancel the shipment. But I say, maybe I should send my henchman over to pay you a visit. How about that? And then I post a picture with his exact GPS coordinates. But he didn't respond after that. Not so tough anymore, are you, Mr. Powerbottom? Alright, that was fun, so let's do it again. The next scammer comes to us from the Wisconsin Lottery Players Club. It says, hello, we're the Gilbert, Wisconsin couple Tammy and Cliff Webster who won the Powerball lottery of $473 million on 1/23. We are donating $950,000 each to 10 random individuals. If you get this message, congrats. Text Managing Director Agent Mr. Bruce, full name and claim code for extra details to receive the prize. Heck, yes, so I texted Mr. Bruce with the code. He wrote back and he said, congratulations, fill out required details. So I just gave him some details and then he said, congratulations, and gave me a bunch of numbers. And he said, kindly keep this information safe and confidential as it would be requested from you at the point of delivery by the agent bringing your winnings. Oops, I guess I shouldn't have showed you that. You're required to pay $75 by getting an Apple gift card now for the activation so it can be used to activate the delivery of your winnings package. When will you be getting the card ready for activation? And then he sent me a picture of the box containing my money. He said, just proceed to the nearest store or gas station and purchase for $75 Apple Card. Or do you have Apple Pay? I only have cash because I had to change bank accounts. Are you familiar with Bitcoin? Yes, you can get Bitcoin with cash. So, once again, I sent a screenshot that I made up with instructions to claim the cash. He says, okay, I will let you know once confirmed. So, on the back end of the Bitcoin site, I can see that this guy is trying to access it, and he has an IP address in Ogun, Nigeria. But he's not uploading any photos. But then later, a video does get uploaded. Except this doesn't look like your typical scammer. It looks like a middle-aged woman living in Wisconsin named Linda. She even uploads her driver's license. So I'm thinking, what in the world is happening? What is she doing on this fake Bitcoin site? And where did she get the confirmation code? That's when it hits me that this woman might actually be a mule or a victim herself. The real scammer is in Nigeria, and he's likely convinced her that he's her boyfriend off serving in the military, and he's using her to move money for him. That's my theory anyway, and it's why I'm keeping her face blurred. So I look at her ID, and I search public records, and I think I may have actually found her phone number. So I give her a call to see if I can warn her about what she's mixed up in.
Hello. Hey, is this Linda?
Yes. Hey Linda, my name is Ben. Are you in, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, are you working with someone right now to redeem some Bitcoin or something?
I am working with someone to redeem a transaction that I didn't do.
Okay, that's interesting. My name is Ben and I investigate internet scams, and I think he might have you involved in one of them. Is this person a friend of yours or a colleague, or how do you know him?
What do you mean?
This person who's asking you to redeem this transaction, is he a friend of yours?
Redeem a transaction? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You just said that you were trying to redeem a transaction for somebody, right?
No. I am trying to redeem the funds that were stolen out of my account.
Okay, did he give you a website?
but I'm dealing with a bank.
Did he give you a website to go to?
No.
Do you live at, Avenue?
Yeah.
Okay, because you just uploaded your ID to a website, didn't you?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who told you to go there?
A friend?
Okay, where does this friend of yours live? Do you know? Because I can tell you, he lives in Nigeria. You know, if someone had proof that my significant other was actually a scammer living in Nigeria, I'd probably hear him out. But not this lady, I guess. I wrote back to Mr. Bruce and I said, why are you having Linda redeem it? He said, that is the agent received the payment for the activation fee to have your $950,000 cash package delivered to you. Is the money coming from Nigeria? And then he stopped responding after that. Well, that one wasn't as fun, was it? So let's catch another one. But first, the best way to protect yourself from scam texts like this is with Aura, the sponsor of it. Use my link, you know that I sent you, and stay safe and take back your peace of mind with Aura. So, since there are no shortage of scammers out there, let's go find another one. I take that picture that Mr. Bruce sent me and I run a reverse image search. And I can see that it's being used on a Facebook page for a U.S. government official named Agent Mary Smith, who looks a lot like Pollyann Billy, a military spouse. And her bio says, with God, everything is possible. Kindly inbox me to claim your winnings now. And the page is just full of FedEx employees delivering brand new cars and what I can only assume is boxes of cash. Doesn't seem like the best use of our tax dollars, but I decided to kindly message Agent Mary Smith and say, I'm ready to claim my winning prize. I then get an automated response that says, kindly give us your full name and address to check if your name is still available on our winning list. I say, Ben Dover. And to my great surprise, she says, your name is available on our winner list. All you need to do now is to activate your winning status so that your package can be approved for delivery on Friday. How much is the winnings? $450,000. Nice. Now you need to pay for activation fees so that your package can approve for delivery immediately. Oh, of course I do. How much? The activation fee is $150. Once you pay for the activation fee, your package will be approved for delivery immediately. And it should be common knowledge that it is against FedEx policy to mail cash, but they're still peddling this lie. Tell me to go get a gift card, but of course she'll accept Bitcoin because all these scammers eventually get paid in Bitcoin. And then I think that I might need to get more creative than I was last time, so I actually designed a physical receipt that you might get after visiting a Bitcoin machine. Then I print it out, and then I take a picture like I'm standing in the parking lot. And, not to brag, but I think I did a pretty good job because this clown immediately falls for it, and I can see that he's hiding out in Oregon, Nigeria. I think that's how to say it. And he's so excited to claim his money that he falls right into the picture trap. But after he does this, he simply gets an error message which makes him really mad. He says, why do you make the payment through that website? I said, that's the Bitcoin machine. I don't understand anything about that website. That's why I told you to pay with gift card in the first place. Go back to the machine and print the receipt out. And I thought, okay. So I walked back to my fake Bitcoin ATM, also known as my computer, to print out a receipt. Except the one that prints out looks like this. And then I sent it to him just like he asked. He said, who is this? I said, that is the man who tried to claim the money I sent. No, he must be a scammer, right? He said, do not send anybody to him.
Well, that's going to be the Lizzie Blue 8-bot.
How will I get my money back? He says, tell the ATM agent to cancel the payment so they can give you your money back. Hope you understand me? But I just asked him, why did you become that bad man? He says, I don't know him. I said, how do I know that you're not really him? He said, I should be asking you that, because I told you I don't know anything about the website you gave me. My account was hacked 2 months ago, but I got it back. Did that really be the issue? And I'm like, what kind of government agent is their account hacked? And he continued to get flustered, and he finally gave up. And I never revealed my trick because I wanted to go the rest of his life wondering how his face ended up on the receipt of a Bitcoin transaction. I'd like to think that it makes him think twice about ever doing this again, but who knows? At least I had fun playing with these guys. If you ever get a text that looks like one of these, just remember to ignore it, or waste their time and tell the person to go find a job. Because if you're clever enough to come up with this crap, then surely you can find something else to. I'll see you all later.
Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone. For instance, imagine you're a vampire thirsting for a...
Ladies Chinese classic potato chips made with real potatoes since 1938.
Clean skin just hits different. Cetaphil Nourishing Oil to Foam Cleanser. Melts away dirt and makeup.
Now, have you ever been assigned in a group project with someone else that is completely useless and you have to work yourself? That's kind of what the co-pilot of the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 feels like. He looks at us without eyebrows and weird skin and weird eyelids and everything is weird about him. And the worst thing is that he doesn't speak. He just sits there and chills out while you do all the flighting, which is completely unrealistic, of course, especially in an Airbus A320 that's never single pilot operated. You always work in a team, you as the captain perhaps, and the first officer who monitors your flight while you're flying, and the other way around, and you do the checklist together. It's time to actually do that. And how do we get him to do anything? Well, we're going to use the brand new features of the Say Intentions AI. You know, they make AI ATC. We've been using them for years, and they're my partner now, so thank you, Say Intentions, for supporting the channel. For years now, you can actually put crew into the intercom. There's, for example, the cabin crew that you can even talk to. And her hat. Oh, I get your number.
Oh, Captain Schmidt. That's so sweet of you. But, like, I don't think I can give my number out just like that, eh? Maybe we can just have a fun Insta-off instead. You know, for the followers.
And there is also the co-pilot, which is not only able to do communication with ATC, just like in real life, but has now proper use in being able to interact with the plane through checklists, realistic ones. So it's about time to try that. Let's go ahead and pick a co-pilot. Like a co-pilot voice and personality, Steve the Pirate. You know, I might as well actually just try that. I mean, there are more professional voices, like Chad Skybro. He's a Chad. Mog's me for sure. Now I'm actually going to stick with Steve the Pilot now. And we can already start off Say Intentions and have a button assigned to talk to our co-pilot. Move that aside. Hello, sir.
Ahoy, Captain the Swiss 001. What be your command?
Oh, wow. He speaks like 1,000-mile-per-hour package. So, Mr. Co-Pilot, tell us about where we are today. This is a special airport.
We be at Paro International Airport. A mighty special place indeed. Known for its challenging approach and nestled among the Bhutanese mountains, it be one of the most thrilling airports to land at.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and change his voice. I feel like lung cancer after this flight. Let's take a Swiss pilot here. He must be professional. Now, once again, now the AI is able to actually interact with the plane. Let's see, hey, can you put the landing gear up?
I can't do that right now. We're still on the ground.
Oh, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. This guy's professional. Anyway, we are here. This airplane is dead right now, and I don't want to push a button. So I head to the checklist tuner, and here we can upload checklists of literally any aircraft. Yes, perhaps even of the Viver MK1, which is a little dragging Microsoft Flight Sim add-on. Basically, to set the system up, we choose our simulator right here, our airplane, or Airbus A320. This. And then we can even choose specific airlines that we have. And then we have tons of interesting checklists that other people have uploaded. Why is that important? Why are there so many? Why is there not just like one? It's because the actual real-life checklists that airplanes use depend not only on the aircraft itself, but also on airline or location or whatever. Like I see flight schools that have different checklists for each of their Cessnas, because they're all a little bit different. This right here is what the checklist looks like at China Southern. Now, I could use this picture right here and, for example, upload a PDF, and then the AI will structure it down into checklists and items. You don't really have a lot of work. Now, for the Airbus A320 right here, I have tons of different checklists downloaded, some of which are fully automatic, meaning the co-pilot will perform all these checks on his own. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it's a little bit hard to explain. Anyway, after we're done doing that, we can download our checklist, export it as a PDF, and actually print it out. And so we can read from it. And this enhances simulation greatly. You know what? Let's just go ahead and start with a pre-flight checklist that you always do. Hey, Fabian, are you ready for this flight?
Great to hear, Swiss 001. Let's get ready for departure.
Now, with a pre-flight checklist, it's normal that you work together. So he's going to give me the items, and I'm going to tell him what's up with the items. You know, real-life operation, really. Okay, so pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight.
Yes.
Parking brake.
On.
Weather radar.
Weather radar off.
Predictive wind shear.
off,
Spoilers.
retracted,
Flaps.
up,
Engine mode selected.
on, normal,
Thrust levers.
idle,
Transponder.
trying to stand by,
On.
on.
Checklist complete.
So yeah, that's basically how it works. Let's go ahead and have this guy finally turn on his airplane. So, cockpit preparation checklist. And you're going to see magic happen now. It's really cool.
Cockpit
So let's get him. Turn on the battery.
Battery 1
Yep.
and 2.
Yep, he just did that. On.
External.
Character.
Nav logo lights.
He just did that.
Seatbelt signs. No smoking sign.
Yeah, that's actually quite magic, and I think it's really cool.
Emergency lights.
Finally work with someone together. It's now time that we finally plan a flight, goddammit.
Ground control. CVR test.
Oh yeah, CVR test he just said. What is an item that I have to do as the captain? You know, the CVR, the cockpit voice recorder. Probably people have to come together to make sure the system works. Yep. Checked. Anyway, we still don't have a flight plan. We are right now in Para, in Bhutan. A very interesting airport. Let's go ahead and fly over to this airport right here, which is of course Kathmandu. I think these two are airports that only specialized pilots are allowed to fly to. So I think that could be interesting. Now, there's no way in hell that Spirit Airlines will fly here in real life. But I don't care. I think their livery is actually cool. Their ICAO code, though, is NKS, with their call sign means Spirit Wings. That's our call sign now. Alright, after we're done with everything, it's time to generate this flight right now. Now, we have to perform the APU engine fire test to make sure the fire extinguishing system as well as the lights and everything works, which it does. So, tested.
Cockpit lights.
Checked. It's the middle of the day. Who needs that?
Annunciator lights.
Yep. He just put on the annunciator lights, which looks
Global
amazing.
window heat.
Yeah.
Auto.
Great. Okay. And this is now interesting. We're down the checklist of the EFB, where we have to load in our flight plan. This is our job now, so let's go ahead and watch our sights default shut. So we're going to tap to import from SimBrief. It's automatically going to do that. Beautiful. Check.
Fueling and boarding.
Okay, fueling and boarding start. Okay, yep, that is now going to start. So let's go ahead and start boarding. There we go. You know, it's interesting, simulator flying with a checklist for the first time, because you do things a little bit differently. Perfect. The doors are open. We've got boarding started.
ATIS?
Oh yeah, ATIS. Sometimes we talk about the main use of Satan's AI, of course, and that is AIATC. So we're going to get our weather information now from the ATIS. And that frequency is none. They don't have an ATIS frequency here, so say check.
Radio panels.
Okay, we've got to set the radio panels to the tower frequency. That is the only frequency we have. That is the only frequency we have. Perfect. Set.
IFR clearance.
Oh, alright. Now it's about time we have to get IFR clearance. So, Paro Tower, get a Spirit Wings 001, Airbus A320 on the ramp. Request IFR clearance to Kathmandu. Jesus Christ, I can't hear them. They don't have good radios here. Luckily I can just cheat here. Kathmandu is okay. Yes, affirm. Kathmandu is destination Spirit Wings 001.
United 001, information Yankees current. Clear to Kathmandu. After departure, fly radar vector probe. And as filed. Departure runway 33. Initial climb to 11,000. Departure on 132.35 squawk 647.
Roger, Yankees current after departure, fly radar vectors pro, then as file squawk 6471, Spirit Wings 001. That is a readback of this IFR clearance that we just got. Telling us to fly out of here. Right, we've got a readback correct. So I'm going to say IFR clearance check. Yes, we now need to set the altimeter. Spirit Wings 001 request altimeter, because I don't know it yet.
001, Paro QNH 1028.
1028, yeah, 001. I just forgot that, I think I just forgot to set up my call sign. It's still United Airlines. It doesn't matter. We set up 1028 now.
Initial climb set.
Right, now our initial climb altitude, which was 11,000 feet. Check.
Straight north in nautical miles.
Yep, and this is an interesting one. So it has to be set to constraint, and then arc, and then 10 nautical miles as per checklist. Check. Which is down here. Check. I don't know, but I think that's good.
ECAM status.
Check. So this is where you check whether there's any error messages, which there totally is.
Fuel pumps.
Okay, let's turn on the fuel.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another one of my nostalgia videos, and obviously this nostalgia video I'm going to have nostalgia. So yeah.
More perks, more value. Join the Nordy Club at Nordstrom Rack. Get more deals on your favorite.
Oh my god.
welcome to the full flight sim here in Griesheim near Darmstadt. You know, a few months ago I made a video about flying in the sim. It went incredibly miserably. But nothing to see here. That's great. So today's video is time to do it again. Let's go ahead and do a professional flight on the 320. Alright, so this is the departure. Let's go ahead and enter the magical room here where we will find our full motion flight simulator. And who's this guy?
Oh, hey man, it's Austin.
Oh, it's Austin from the X-Planes.
Yes, that's me.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm receiving out of this flight simulator today. I think I've been different flight sim each day. It's a little bit of that.
And you're coding for X-Plane?
Yeah, just working on the way helicopters flying version 12.
Okay. Normal Austin activities indeed. So, you know what? Why don't you take a break and let's go flying together? You know what? We could be the worst Airbus flight crew in the world.
You guys are already late. We have a bunch of procedures for practice today. Get in here.
Yes, of course. This is Thompson also from the X-Planes. He will be our flight instructor for today. Will you challenge us?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Yes, he'll be sitting at the operations center, and this will be miserable. All right, so welcome to the Airbus A320 cockpit. As you can see, Austin's already reserved his captain's seat, and he will be flying us now. So let's go ahead and sit down in the first officer's seat. Now, I've had my issues with the seatbelt in the past, where I would just like rebelliously not put it on. You know what? Maybe we are a little bit gangster today, and we're not going to buckle up today. How about that? No seatbelts. Good. But today, Austin's instructed me to turn it on.
We're in a motion sim, so I mean,
you know, this is really.
piste de 380, vent 52 nœuds, piste 9 gauche, autorisé d'atterrissage. Autorisé d'atterrissage, 09 gauche, Air France 351.
She protected you from so many things you never saw coming. Now you can protect her from the same. Let's help get more protection for Mom. Let's get more for money. Huntington Bank.
Jim, we need a decision.
What's the question again?
Need clarity? Try Survey Monkey.
There will always be those we can count on when it counts most.
Oh, I gotta go clean. I don't get football.
What?
Why do they score by 7?
6.
And the kicker is so little. I worry about him.
Do you even like my nachos?
I love your nachos, man.
Cottonelle leaves you so clean, you'll want to come clean about everything else.
Meet iPhone 17e. A whole lot for a lot less. It comes in soft pink, black, and in white, with a new A19 chip for almighty speed and power. And bang, and whack, 3 times scratch-resisting ceramic shield too. And long-lasting battery life for hours of working your mind, hours of working your body, and hours of watching this guy work his mind but not his body. And here's the new 48-megapixel fusion camera to take next-gen portraits of your cat, and 2 times optical quality zoom in on your cat, and shift focus from this cat to that cat with stunning bokeh.
What's bokeh?
Bokeh refers to the aesthetic quality of the blurred part of the photo.
Thanks. And it has double the starting storage, so you can keep thousands and thousands of beautiful photos. And it comes with Apple Intelligence to answer questions like,
What's this?
and remove that, and translate French. And it can be charged like this, or with MagSafe. And help you put up shelves and see in the dark, and send messages like this, and message for help. And press this to record, and record your steps, and wake you up, and a whole lot more. All for a lot less.
Cottonelle leaves you so clean, you'll want to come clean about everything else.
There's nothing like access to the largest global airport lounge network.
Tax Act doesn't care which tax filing software you've used in the past. Let's get them over with.
Get Detroit-style slices and sticks for $4.99 from Little Caesars. 2 delicious slices and 4 pieces of Italian cheese bread. You get both all to yourself. Aren't you spoiled? Try Detroit-style slices and sticks for $4.99 from Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
OMG, y'all. Travelers swear by this one trick. What's up with Mom?
She's been scrolling travel advice for hours. Now she's got influencer brain.
Wonder what this luggage brand sent me? It's luggage. Local fry. Brick Wawa. Hashtag Kate Carter. Stop scrolling. Keep scrolling. Stop scrolling.
You gotta use Kayak. They compare hundreds of sites so you always get your trip right.
Ugh, Mama's back, fam. Lily.
Kayak. Got that right.
Subclub members can get any footlong for just $6.99. All your favorites packed with crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. Great bread, great meats, great sauce, great deal. Use this code in the app to get your $6.99 footlong today. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Late night street tacos are beautiful. For the tall people. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Cottonelle leaves you so clean, you'll want to come clean about everything else.
For over 130 years, Strayer University has been making education affordable and attainable.
Litterback. When cat litters are so heavy, it hurts. If you suffer from litterback, try Tidy Cats Lightweight. Now with astounding 21-day odor control. At the Tidy Cats Innovation Lab, we've got your back. Tidy Cats Lightweight. Late night street tacos are beautiful. For the tall people. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
are you doing in that bathroom? This is the second time in a week.
What are you talking? What are you talking about?
Huh?
What are you
I'm
talking?
talking about you overflowing the toilet. What are you doing? Are you putting toilet paper
No.
down in it?
No.
Well, something's happening because this is the second time in a week it's overflowed. And the whole floor was all wet. The rugs were all wet, so I know that's what happened in there. I don't care, but what are you putting down the toilet?
Poop?
No, you're putting toilet paper.
No.
Probably not. Yes, you are, because there's no toilet paper in the garbage. And when I plunged it, all that came up was big hunks of toilet paper.
How do you know I'm not wiping?
Sebastian, all I know is that that's what you're putting down in there.
How do
You're
you
putting
know?
too much. That much toilet paper can't go down at one time. If you're going to do that, you're going to have to go a little bit, flush it, go a little bit. You
I
can't-
did that.
Well, the thing's still overflowing. I just cleaned it all up. I don't care. You can't be
Oh, I didn't know. That's how it flushes. That's how it flushes, though.